Guys, welcome to my channel once more. We're here to be inspired, so please, before we get started, subscribe, like, comment, and share on this video. So this video is basically just a continuation from where I left off last time, about getting pregnant. So this video basically is going to be a part 2 video. Basically it's talking about where I left off and how things has been going since. As the title proclaims, born at 22 weeks. So I gave birth at 22 weeks. So this first video is basically gonna say talk about what happened up to the point of me giving birth. Okay, so I had an ultrasound to get the sex of my baby. So I missed it. When I called to confirm my appointment, they told me it was a different date than what I had, and no one like reminded me about it or anything like that. And I was really mad because I'm like, I am ready to know what the sex of my baby is, because I did not do the genetic testing, because I'm like, you know what, I don't really need to know. Let me just do it through the ultrasound. I wanted a boy, and at a certain point I started just saying, you know, God, give me a healthy baby, a baby that you favor, and things like that. So I missed that appointment. I got a new appointment. My new appointment was June 22nd, 2022. That was my niece's birthday. It was a Wednesday. I had it for 12:30 p.m. I asked my best person, Crystal, and my mother to go with me, because they could go with me. And you know, they were just allowing one person in the ultrasound room, but I thought it would be cool for my mom to come see this process with me. It's my first, and you know, I just wanted her there. Anyways, I worked from home that day because I'm closer to where my appointment is, and I was gonna go back to work after. So I went, we saw the baby. It was a girl. And it was like, okay, a girl, cool. It was such a beautiful thing to see, like her features. Like, she is such a diva. Because inside she had her hands at her face, like posing, and I'm just like, wow. That was before we even found out she was a girl. So Crystal was like, she's definitely a girl. Look at her, like posing for the whole ultrasound and everything like that. So my mom got to come in and see everything, and then the final part of it, the ultrasound, was them looking at my cervix. So they're like, oh, let's examine your cervix. Long story short, after everything was done, they recommended that I went to the ER. I'm like, oh, okay. Going to the ER for them to analyze my cervix. So I'm like, all right. I didn't really think anything of it. And again, everything happens for a reason. It's so crazy. Because I feel like if I had... I'm getting ahead of myself. So went to the ER. My mom, Crystal, went back to work. So we're there. They saw me, checked me in. Doctors came to speak with me. They were like, oh, you know, we're just gonna analyze your cervix. And you're like, oh, you're 1 centimeter dilated. I was 21 weeks at this point. The Monday coming up would be 22 weeks. So they're like, all right, we have this procedure that we do where we can suture up the cervix so, you know, the baby can stay in it longer. Side effects, you know, baby will be miscarriage, baby will be born premature, or something will happen to me. So I was like, they kept me overnight, and let me tell you, that cervix examination is crap. Okay, it is so painful. It's uncomfortable because they are putting their hands all the way up inside of you, and I'm like, damn, isn't there a better way to do this? Exhausted, my poor vagina. Sorry. But excuse me. They examined me, and you know, they're like, okay, the procedure. So I basically spent the night there. Again, we're all gonna go out to dinner for my niece's birthday. ended up being in the hospital overnight. And actually, that was my first time ever being admitted in the hospital. So the next day, you know, my mom stayed with me that night. And let me tell you, my mother has always been there for me. Like, she has been my provider day one, all day, every day since I was born, okay? But I feel like when you get older, you understand the meaning of needing your mother and the role your mom play in your life. And I found out that throughout this whole process of my life. And, you know, it kind of made me look at her differently, because I do feel like we had a great relationship at first, and then a lot of things just like rocky, and now, you know, here she is stepping up. She is not in the best health herself. She's always in pain and everything like that. And now here she is being a mom. Okay. So stayed over. They had this belt on me to see if I would get contractions the whole night. I didn't have to, they didn't want me to eat from 12 p.m. in case I did the procedure in the morning. In the morning they came, this other doctor analyzed me. Okay, now I'm 2 to 3 centimeters dilated. They wanted to make sure, so somebody else did it. Okay, conclusion, still 2 to 3 centimeters dilated. And I'm just like, oh wow, okay. They came in, I think it was like 4 doctors. They were like, okay, it's a higher risk now. The procedure is a higher risk since you dilated more. It could cause damage to you, baby, you know, dying, so you have the option. You can still do the procedure at a high risk. You can let nature take its course, and you can, the third option would be termination. As soon as termination came out of the doctor's mouth, my mom was like, no, that's not an option. Which is, it's not an option. I did not think it was an option. I was processing everything was just so happening so fast, and I'm like, wow, you know, I know that I was feeling some pain under my abdomen, you know, at nights. I would get crampy, and I didn't know why, but that was something that was happening to me, which was different. So, you know, they told me, my mom was asking all the questions. As soon, you know, when they say losing a baby, you know, I felt a bit emotional. I cried a little bit, because you don't want to hear that, especially now when, you know, you've gotten used to the idea. I was feeling her little flutters, her moving, especially when I eat. She would move, and I'm like, look at you loving food, huh? But yeah. So, you know, they left. I was processing everything, and my mom, before they left, my mom was asking all the questions, because I was just like, I don't even know what to say. Like, I was just processing everything. They left, and I was just there, and I'm like, I'm there thinking, because I'm like, well, I'm definitely not gonna do the procedure, and I'm not gonna do termination. So definitely gonna let nature take its course. And I actually was not I was not, what's the word? I was not worried for some reason. I was not worried. I was calm, and I'm like, you know what? Everything is going to be all right. So I decided not to do the procedure. They told me that I can go home and do everything that I've been doing. I'm like, really? But I didn't say anything. Why would I want to go do everything that I've been doing to put myself at more risk? Anyways, so it was Thursday. They discharged me. I went home, and I just relaxed, because honestly it was a whole lot dealing with. I did not expect that on the day of, oh, when I'm gonna know what the sex of my baby is, to know that, oh, this is happening, you have a short cervix, this is happening right now. You know. So the next step was, on that Friday of that week, we're going to Cape Cod for my niece's birthday. So I didn't go to work the Friday, because I was like, I'm going to take it off. And plus I was going to leave at 12 anyways, to go to Cape Cod. So, you know, we decided that we're going to go. Obviously, yes, in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh my God, I hope nothing happens in Cape Cod when I am like literally 10 to 15 minutes away from the hospital, and then I'm gonna be like 2 hours away. And again, earlier when I was saying everything happens for a reason, I missed that appointment and I was mad about it. But can you imagine if I had gone to that appointment? I would have just, been going on like nothing, like not knowing. So it was a good thing that I missed the appointment and went the time that I did. So I went to Cape Cod for my niece's birthday as a family and everything. And I didn't really do much. I didn't walk too much. I didn't really overdo anything because in the back of my mind, all of this stuff is happening. I know that I've started to feel more crampy a little bit, worse in the night over the weekend. And early Sunday morning, I kind of felt different. Like I kind of felt a little bit nauseous, like something is off. But it was fine. Like there was no blood, nothing. So I was like, okay, everything is good. So on Sunday evening, we got back like after 3, and come back. You're gonna relax. So I was relaxing, laying down, and everything like that. And then I started feeling cramps. I have this thing where I sing because I love to sing, but I can't really sing. But anyways, whatever. So I started feeling cramps after 7 p.m. Okay, it was minor cramps, and then I saw pink. Stay tuned for part 2 of what happened after this. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.